Hello, everyone, and welcome to week one of the Gold League for the Get Wrecked series here. And today we have Reign of Kings Armageddon versus Goon Gang, the very first stream, very first game. Excited to see how this is going to go. We got Pachtori, the Thani, Pagans, Chichioki, or Chichioke, see, Vern versus Fisher Noah, Luke, Glisk, Anime Nonstop, and Zlatzer, or Zlators. A little bit confusing name for me. But I'm
Yeah,
excited to see some new faces here, some ones that I recognize, and looks like we have a Bush Gang set up here and an invade being set up by Gun Gang on the bot side here. It looks like they're going to be roaming in, and we got a fight on our hands, probably.
yeah, probably coming in here. Oh, here it goes. We're starting off the hook. Thresh stepping up a little too far. Already having a goodness splash. Good 4-minute knockup
Huge
from
orange.
Dorothy. But oh, he's gonna have to run. First blood coming out for the side of Ring Kings. But they already got a retaliation for a kill on that end. But we'll have to see. Can we get another? We do get another pull in onto the Cherokee and 2 flashes burned. Now Luke is looking for blood. Can he reach it? It looks like they will be. Oh, they are going for
Oh,
the
yep.
tower dive, and Luke picking up yet another kill. So it's now 1-2 with First Blood going over the side of Reign of Kings.
Yeah, and importantly, we have a kill and assist on Samira. Looks like they're going to back to cash in that gold early. Interesting to see what items that Samira can buy here. But that is an early lead for Goon Gang. Now, 300 gold isn't the end of the world, but it is a good start when it worked perfectly for the Samira Nautilus in the bot lane. We'll see how the Reign of Kings will respond. But man, what a great start for Goon Gang so far.
Absolutely. Also, I forgot to zoom out the camera, so that should be good. Just about.
Yeah, a bit questionable of Reign of Kings to walk into that bottom bush there. Now they did happen to do it as a big old group, but to do it that late is a bit weird, and it did cost them. It did cost them their 2 kills there.
Yeah, it did cost them quite a bit here. I mean, Anime Nonstop did opt in to try to go for the boots play, so which is not a bad option. It's not necessarily combat stats that you want right off the bat to try snowballs on this lane, but I think they'll be just fine in any case here. Do you see that Luke is going to be sitting in the bush a little bit, seeing if he can get something out, but nothing really coming out of it
Oh,
just
well,
yet here.
2 versus 1, and it looks like Fisher is going to catch up here and start the all in. Now Aurelia can very well do this in the early levels. Pachatory going to get really low, 1 auto attack away each, and Fisher is going to take that first early win there, even with a level deficit in that first part of the fight.
Man, I'm so shocked that I really actually made it out of there. I thought Minions was going to for sure kill him. Pachatory is also going to be burning the teleport here, looking to try to make something happen, but
Oh, Fisher doesn't have teleport. Oh, well, now her Fisher is going to be in a terrible lane state if Pachatory sets it up correctly. We'll see if that's how it's going to play out. Looks like Fisher is staying around at low HP. This is a gank opportunity for Lee Sin here from the Thani if he gets up there. Get some kills as we have Samir getting pushed in the bomb side. Pachatory going in. Aurelia going to land the stun and just gonna walk away. And that's a wave that's gonna crash in, so that's not gonna be a freeze. So Lee Sin should probably come up there, or looks like Fisher is gonna back out early, and that's gonna be a huge wave missed. If Pachatory gets it in, looks like they're gonna secure the Skull Crab as we have a bottom Vern going in, gonna get the double flay. Zlatzer's being shot down by this Ezreal here. The Qs are coming out, the Oz are coming out, but Samir is gonna stop him in his tracks. Anime Nonstop saving his support and a huge trade for the Vern and Chichioki in the bot side.
yeah, really good trade for them. I mean, getting a little bit more back into this lane state here. You don't want to be you don't want to fall too far behind against a Shamir and Nautilus, who's such a very aggressive sort of bot lane. So able to push and trade back pretty well is an important part of this, and we're hoping that maybe we can see this a little bit more coming out here. This is going to be patch 11.16, which is before the patch where they nerfed Divine Sunderer just a little bit, so I'm pretty sure this is still going to be a Divine Sunderer as well.
Oh, okay, interesting there. And it looks like we have a pulling wave as Fisher Noah is going to go in on Pachatory. Pachatory, this is a long wave. Oh, we have a fight on the bot side as well. Luki going to try to steal away this Grump. Zlatzer going to go ahead and land the cook. The Vern going to save the Thani with a nice lantern, but Cassiopeia on the side wing is going to chase them out. Teleport going down from Pagans on the bottom side. A bit of a waste, but at least they're safe.
Yep, safe indeed. Pagans did burn his teleport for that. unfortunately, since they did not pursue
Missed.
further. Ooh, top lane, however, really close to in a fight right here. Fishno is low on mana, so I don't think he can do too many more Qs before needing to actually stop
I
slowing
wonder if
himself down.
Pachitory can build any items right now. Oh, it looks like he's gonna give up the death though. This is close.
Very
And
unfortunate.
man, Pachitory 0-3 below 6 minutes here, so that is a rough start. And I think we can agree that he had a bit of advantage on the top side as well, especially with that level advantage. Didn't have to go for the kill, didn't push in the wave, so no huge CS advantage either. In fact, in the CS deficit versus this Irelia. And it looks like Fisher Noah is off with the races here, and is going to be climbing this lead further and further down the game.
Further and further. We're looking for something bot side, but it doesn't look like the hook connected there. While Nautilus is out and about looking to flare up some vision because Dragon has spawned up here. It's going to be the Ocean Drake. Pretty good Drake in general to have when you're doing when you have just a menagerie
Oh,
of the Drakes.
they don't have
With
any
everything.
prio for this. We'll see if it ends up getting punished. The Annie's here, but yeah, bot's not even close to being pushed in yet. Mid's about looks like mid's being pushed in right now, so they have that prio at least. But it looks like they're going to be challenged here.
They are being challenged. We still have Nautilus stuck in the Dragon. He's taking a
Oh,
lot of
hook!
damage. Yeah, hook does land over on the list. They are getting
Oh, now it's
quite
going down.
low. Nautilus is getting real low. No, doesn't go down, but the Petrifying Gaze does only land on one. Peggins does
Pegasus
use
behind.
ulti to get the flank here. Bliss is getting real low. He does get killed by the flash, and now it's going to be an all-out brawl. Good flash flag coming out from the Thresh as well, picking up 2 kills and a double kill for the Reign of Kings. And it looks like it's also going to be the first Drake of the game as well.
Yeah, Goon Squad kind of trying to get a little bit too much there. Didn't have prio. Did have a little bit of a ward advantage. Ward set up there, so that was going for them. But the prio wasn't there, and eventually Reign of Kings Armageddon was able to push out. Just took a little bit of time, and then just walked right in there, waltzed in. Nautilus was low, so Zlatter had to retreat, and they just picked up free kills. Excellent teleport from behind from Pagans, and man, 4-4 now, and Reign of Kings is now in the lead.
Yeah, they are in the lead. Despite having top lane going 0-3 right now, it's still a weak side top lane anyway, so it's like somewhat expected. You do want them to try to stem the
Not this
bleeding a
bad.
little bit, but I
Not
mean,
this bad though.
yeah. No, yeah, normally you wouldn't want to see it this bad, but in any case, he is going to be stronger when it gets to the later parts of the game, so if they can stem some of this bleeding, or RK definitely does have a pretty decent way into this game. Vern needs to be a little careful here. He is all by himself. Do have to be sent in the area, but this is a 3v1 situation, and he's just going to go down the Twisk.
Yeah, Vern, unfortunately for Vern, top was pushed in, mid wasn't there, and Cassiopeia was happily pushing in the lane there. And so when he got found out, there was no assistance here, as, man, Choki barely avoids that hook there. But yeah, you definitely don't want to be clearing vision without the push. So if you're skipping that step, that's basically what could happen. You get caught out, and then there is no assistance. The Thani just had to watch Vern die there, just staring at his friend getting pummeled to death. This is why we make sure push in your lanes before you go in and clear the vision. On the other hand, looks like we got a gank here.
Does look like we have something. Pachitory does get stunned up here. Just continuous stun lock. Luke does want to try to go for something else here. Ooh,
Ooh.
a good kick into the horn. Causing a double knockup and a double kill as well. Pekkin's even here in order if they needed a little bit extra assistance, but it looks like his time is just a little bit wasted because Blisk did push in that wave as well. So, in any case, this is a pretty good early game coming out from Reign of Kings.
Yeah, and with that counter turnaround, maybe their top side will be looking a little differently. They're going to get the plates as well, so I'd be interested to see after this play if Pachitory has caught up in the gold.
Yeah,
As we have a gank going down the mid lane.
Yeah, Pagans is going to be able to get the phase rush
Ooh,
off
double
of Bliss,
stun.
gets a double stun off of the Petrifying Gaze, does pick up 1 kill. Can he pick up a second one? Luke is here, does get a great pillar in order to stop Pagans from keep pursuing forward, but Luke did also kind of trap himself away from Pagans, but doesn't matter. He's just going to walk on around and get the shutdown over onto the rise and onto it, the money into Luke's pockets.
Yeah. And so I'd like to see the gold distribution, everyone. So we have 2, 0, and 4 on this Lee Sin. 3, 1 on Pagans here. So not so great that Lee Sin's picking up all these kills. And it looks like Pachitory is 500 gold down. So I imagine it was way worse before. And Samira 500 gold down as well. So the gold spread kind of a bit sporadic here. Not exactly optimized how we would like to see it. Lee Sin 4K though. Hugely, maybe he can do something.
Yeah, Luke is over in the bot lane. It is
Ooh,
surprising
Vern
even.
going for hex play.
Ooh, yeah, Vern does land a hook onto that heads play, so it's turning out well right now. He doesn't have Petrifying Gaze, so he won't be able to finish up that kill, and he looks like he falls down to the bots. Herald has dropped bot lane, so he grabs some more turret lanes, but I don't know if that's going to be a full tower or not. We do have the Lee Sin here in order to try to help out, so we do clear out the wave, so no tower, but 4 turret plates is happily going to go into the hands of them. It looks like
Ooh,
Pagan's
Pagan's
actually looking
going
to go for
in.
something else.
Ooh.
Ooh.
If
Hook.
he knew that Zlatzer was gonna mess up that hook, I think he would have went for it. But
Yeah.
he probably thought, this is hopeless, and walked right out of there. Unbeknownst to him, an opportunity did present itself.
It would have been possibly a kill right there, since we did see the Thany was right in the area as well in order to try to help that out. So hopefully, maybe we won't see anything like that again, and focus up a little bit more, and
Uh,
maybe see some of these opportunities.
yeah, so we have a few seconds away from this dragon starting. Pachitory does have his teleport, so his job right now, I mean, he's gonna try to push it out. We'll see if he can. I doubt it in front of this massive Irelia. However, he just has to stay alive. Wait for the team fight to set up bottom. They have vision control of the area. They're getting more vision control by getting rid of that pink ward there. And now they're kind of set up for a play on this dragon. On the other side, Gungang has to set up for it. Get the counter set up. It looks like gonna take a bad trade here for Fisher or Noah. However, burning the ultimate for the Ornn, that is huge. Getting out alive, however, it's still an advantage for Reign of Kings, even if Fisher Noah survives this moment here. And we have fights on both sides of the map. People getting caught bottom side. Burn trying to get out of here. Gliss gonna try to do damage to him. Looks like the ultimate is saved, and they are getting onto this dragon first.
Yep, they do have site control right now. Enemy non-stop does catch out 2 people who are looking to try to make something happen. He's going to go right into it, gets dragon kicked away, but it doesn't matter. Gungang already took the dragon, and we're looking for something more. Luke already opting in to subjugate the rise to get him out of here, but despite
Oh, he's going in.
Oh, he is going in. The Lee Sin is looking to try to make a play here, but he's just going to get Petrifying Gaze and CC down. So another shutdown going over to the side of the Goon Games, and this is quite unfortunate to see after such a good early game from Reigning Kings. It's sort of transitioning when we're going slowly into the mid game now. It's swinging back over to Goon Games' favor.
Yeah, Reign of Kings had the vision. They had the setup on the dragon itself, but they did lose the pressure on the lanes there. And that's why they weren't able to get to the dragon first. It is unfortunate, but that is a bit of a misstep for them, and otherwise would be a free dragon here. So now that the Samira is falling behind, I do worry for Gungan, because that is most of their, that was most of their early damage that was going to be going down. Now it's going to be all on this Cassiopeia and Irelia to get the damage down in the team fights, and with Fisher Noah being pretty much just permanent top lane, I wonder if he's going to start contributing to these team fights.
Port up relatively soon, at least. By the time the next dragon shows up, at the very least, he'll have that up. But it's going to be pretty interesting to see if he can bring some of this power into other lanes. Speaking of which, we do see
Vern going in for play.
Ooh, Vern is getting in quite deep. So is the Lee Sin. He is getting surrounded right now. Gliss is the one that TP'd in here. My bad. And he is getting quite damaged in. Lee Sin is actually still here, and the TP coming out from Pachitory. He's looking to try to help out.
Ornhorn is not here yet.
Ornhorn still not here, but here comes the kick coming out from here as well. Ornhorn is now available. Ooh, dodges away because the Pachitory did fall out there. But it looks like it's going to be a triple kill ending up. Really well played, I would say, by the Thany. doing a great job staying in that alcove, hiding away until his cooldowns are up, and then just coming back in for all that damage.
Yeah, I noticed a lot of kicking away from the Thany here, so defensively sim play. It does work out for them, though. They do lose some members in that fight, but overall win it, as well as the top side being pushed in. So, again, I think, Goon Gang would have ended up winning a lot better, or doing a lot better in that fight, if Fish or Noah was participating. However, again, as I said earlier, we didn't have the teleport, permanent top side. They're trying to make a play here. Maybe we might make up for it and goes all in on Pegans. And man, that Irelia has burst damage.
Irelia is doing quite a bit of damage here, and it is quite scary to see. I mean,
3,
such a
1, and
strong
3?
yeah, 3, 1, and 3 Irelia, fully built Player Ruin King. It's so much damage coming out of that kit, and this is after the Irelia changes, I believe, too. So this
Yes.
is like this is like the late game sort of, or a better scaling Irelia as well. So it's going to be quite a scary threat when we're moving into this mid game now.
I mean, she gets her stacks earlier. Now she has magic damage reduction, which is huge for these lanes here. And it looks like Vern gonna get the hook onto Glisk, but in response, Ezreal gets hooked himself, and Zlauters gets revenge.
Yeah, they're still going at it. So you're going to have to use the
Maybe a
pick
little
in
too
order
far.
to push away Bliss, but it doesn't matter. We're still able to pick them out. Pachtori here trying to contest this Rift Herald, but it's a little miscommunication with the Thany here. He wanted to try to go for something mid, but well, Pachtori is going to have to just walk away from that Herald.
Yeah, they're gonna throw some free kills over to Goon Gang, and they're gonna take them happily. Get a mid turret here. Rift Herald gonna secure it for sure. Probably gonna get a second charge down as well. And I think that was some overreaching from Pegans and Vern there, trying to make the play when they weren't really set up for it, and they get punished pretty hard.
Yeah, the punish is going to be quite unfortunate. Seeing how well they are really capitalizing off of this mistake here. They're looking for yet another one. Pagans is on the run here. He does get the phase rush, but Subjugation is slowly burning himself down. Pachtori is trying to save him good ground in order to stop the dash from the Ornhorn so he couldn't get the second part. Pachtori is flying away thanks to the Lancer, but he's just going to die to the poison. Now Fish Noah is able to land a hook over on the Avernus, and the hook also lands as well in order to try to pick up the kill. Luke does grab that one. It looks like that's going to be the end of that gauge. Pegans does make it out alive, but at the cost of 2 of his teammates.
I don't think that he could have took the lantern earlier. I think Pachtori was stuck because of the grounding still, and wasn't able to take out the lantern to safety in time. And that is some more pickups for Goon Squad here. Honestly, they're just being handed these kills here, and that's leading to objectives, and that's leading to a gold lead. And I think Reign of Kings just need to, wait for their 5-man. That's the way they want to set up these plays here. They want everyone to be grouped up. And they keep going for, these 3v3 skirmishes or pushing 1v1 up into this super fed Irelia. And it's costing them some very important objectives. I mean, they're down in dragons. They're down in turrets now.
Well, yeah, like you said, they are down in objectives, turrets, dragons. They're down in gold. It's not a lot of ways to look back into this game here, but they do scale quite well over the side of Reign of Kings. They still have Pagans on that rise, doing a lot of damage once he builds more of these items. And Pachtori just giving free 1,000 worth of gold. Ooh, a little aggressive on that end, but
see, they're still looking
really
for plays when they're not set up. They're still doing it. Vern's going for these hooks like he's hitting them. Respect. But well, you're not getting much by hitting these hooks. And if you commit like you did a couple times, your team's not there. So, they're just he's just pulling the trigger a little too early. Team needs to wait for an agreed upon time and get a set up play instead of these hooks out of nowhere. They might work a little bit better in solo queue, but I think here when we have a little bit more coordination, you gotta wait for your team a little more or set up.
Yeah, they're going to have to get some better setups. I mean, just communicating with the teams. I'm assuming everyone here is in the Discord communicating with each other. So I would assume that, you should be able to talk about what you're looking for here. Is like, hey, I'm going to be looking mid lane, be around the area. Or just communicate, like, hey, we're going to be backing off here. We're going for resets instead. Don't look for any plays. We don't look for it just because we can't follow up. because some of these engages are being quite costly to them because like sometimes it's harmless in order to just like, hey, I got this hook. Other times it's going to be a little bit more costly. Right now we're not really set up for an engage, but here it comes. Vern is just standing alone, and he's just going to be taken out immediately in the fight.
Yeah, someone needs to put a stop button on Vern here. Again, he does hit the hooks. He has the skill, but I don't think his team is ready for his plays yet. And so we have the Baron being started here. So Reign of Kings being pressured into fight for this Baron. It's already half HP. It's going low. It's getting close to 2,000. And we have an engage here from Fisher. No, he's going to go and he's going to try to finish off Peggins. This is a 3v1 on the Aurelia. It looks like Aurelia wins. Slatzer is going to be going into the fight here with Luke. We have a 2v2 right in front of this Baron. And Zlatzer is going to go down. And Luke's going to win in that one. Pagatory is the last man standing here at this Baron as his support and AD carry have been kited away. They're going to pick up the kill on Samira, though, and it's a 2v2 Baron take. I don't think they can get the Baron. Looks like they're going to go for it, though.
I don't think they necessarily have the damage or sustain in order to keep trying to go for that Baron there. But in any case, that was a good fight coming out for Goons, the Goon gang. Just because like they did a good job first picking off Vern, so they lost so much CC. Renekins lost so much CC in the middle of all their fights. They weren't able to necessarily capitalize on any of them anymore. So then, after that, they would just add numbers advantage to go ahead and win a lot. Vern was at the like you saw him. He was walking from base to back to the Baron because after that fight, because he couldn't help out the rest of his team. We saw Chechi OKC was able to take down Shamira, but that was pretty much it for the end of that fight. Very unfortunate. Did steal the Baron, but some of these fights you have to be careful on. Vern needs to maybe go out with a warding buddy sometimes.
Yeah, definitely needs some help. Get some members around him. And yeah, look at this. He is a hook monster. He will throw hooks nonstop. And to be honest, though, that was a 4v5 that they came out even on. If we consider, Vern dying right in the beginning of 4v5. So, Reign of Kings, maybe you got something in the tank here. Dragon's going to be coming up, most likely going over to Goon Squad with all that control and Prio in the top side of the map. However, Pachitory is going to be pushing a wave, so they're going to be losing Prio there. Now, Samira wasn't really able to do much in these last couple of fights, so it's really been on Glisk and Fish or Noah. So that's the targets that Reign of Kings are looking to shut down here. And it looks like we have a gank setup on bottom side, and we have a fight starting up in the mid.
Yeah, right. We do land a hook, but the Sonic Wave does go a little bit wide there, so unfortunately we're not going to be capitalizing on that. Pachitory now is in a little bit of a precarious situation, stuck between a Shamira and a Nautilus. They're looking to try to go for a full combo onto them. But here comes a full rotate coming in from the team. Renekins is here in order to stop Anime non-stop. And hook does land also onto the Nautilus. Look at this. Playing as a team, Vern lands the hook and gets to capitalize on yet another kill. We have to watch out. Lisk is also in the area here. Miasma is on the ground, stopping any potential dashes here. Luke and Fish Noah is also here as well. So we're going to have to see how this fight's going to go. It's a 3v5 situation, but we're sticking around. Ooh, goes a little bit wide there. Pachitory is looking for something, but Subjugation is going to be landing onto him. That means he has a lot of extra resistances here. And they're trying to just delay this dragon. He's walking in. He's looking for it. Ooh, looks like blue team will win the smite fight. And Fish Noah is in deep middle of it. But unfortunately, he's just going to be going down. Pachitory. Ooh, and he lives. Because Glisk had to just leave and he had to leave there. He was too low from all the poking out. So he just cleared out mid-wave and then left in that one. Tough fight to win off that. So it looks like Goon Gang is going to be giving Reign of Kings a little bit more room to get back into this.
Yeah, this is a close game. I don't think we've had any crazy gold leads on either side this whole game so far. And man, splitting up the team, going for that 2v1 on Pachitory, and he makes his big escape as they get some damage down on Fisher Noah to get the mid control into a Realm Warp. Rise into assisting Pachitory was probably the winning play that Goon Gang did not foresee, as they tried to get the free kill in the Ornn, but they get caught in the mid lane. And that's something you definitely want to avoid when you're dedicating more members on one side of the map. Blisk might be in some trouble here. Going to try to all in the Rise to get out of the situation. Rise going to flash away. Glisk is going to be trying to slither up this lane here. Thrush with the hook coming around the corner. Probably going to be able to lantern someone in as well. There it is. And the damage is going down. Going golden right there. Probably wasn't going to do anything. Just wasting time so that they can get down a turret in the mid lane here. So anime nonstop and ladders. Let's see if they can get this down. It's going to be close. Looks like they're going to retreat in the for patience and caution instead. But it looks like they're still going to get caught out here. Vern going in. Rise ultimate. They're surrounded on all sides. Luke trying to help here. And we have targets going down. Targets getting golden already early. Vern, it looks like he might be falling early. Anime Nonstop is going to throw out the ultimate, but it doesn't hit too many targets. Pagatory's here. Already used the Oran Horn. We got big balls of enemies going into each other. Blue versus red. Who's going to take it right now? Pagatory going to try to pick up the kill and Letter at the back end. Fisher Noah's going to pick up the kill on Pagatory here. Luke's going to be wailing away on Choki. And it looks like Goon Squad is taking the win here, with Ezreal being the last member alive for Reign of Kings. And that was just a crazy series of events.
Yeah, very crazy close sort of fight right there. Anime Nonstop unfortunately was falling down there. I believe he only got his ult off, and that's it in that fight. But
It
in
looked
any
like he might have been
case,
rooted or something, because he
yeah,
did not move.
yeah, just got CC'd down in there. You know, Vern's getting a lot of these good plays. Pagan's in for the rotates as well, but Gungang, in that case, did a good job in order to, be in the area and available for that rotation and go for a full fight instead of just pick potential. We're looking for bats right now, but we're also trying to look to stop some of these bats. Really nicely done. Seeing if we can stop them from really using some of this gold. But it looks like they are all going to be out, and that is going to be a 5-man Baron buff.
Yeah, so burning the hourglass there on top side, stalling out from it. You could say this is all calculated. Glisk knew exactly what was going to happen by burning the hourglass top side in an attempt to stall for time. Gets the mid lane turret looking a little more juicy for his bot lane, which baits Reign of Kings into a fight in mid lane, and he knew that they were going to win that fight.
Yep. Calculated all the time. No mistakes here, especially in gold. It's all calculated. No happy little accidents.
Yeah, either you calculated or you miscalculated.
Yeah.
Right. Everyone was aware of everything at every point in time. Maybe they just fudged the numbers up.
Yeah,
Vern going in again.
Ooh, nice hook, but
he just likes hitting hooks. I think hitting hooks just makes him feel better.
Yeah. Honestly, maybe that is the case. He didn't commit to following through with that hook, so I do appreciate that. He knew his team wasn't in the area, so he was like, maybe I shouldn't follow through with this one. Maybe I'll just land a hook, just let him know I see you, and that's it.
This man just lives for the hook. Nothing but the hook exists in front of him.
Truly.
He's hitting quite some good ones. He did miss some key ones at that last dragon, but man, does this guy always look for a hook play. As we have 20 seconds away from a dragon, we have Goon Squad with the vision advantage and position advantage now, and we'll see how Reign of Kings respond to this. It doesn't look like they're ready to contest just yet.
Not just yet. Vern is in the area. He's looking to try to maybe get some wards down, but side control has already been given over for Goon Gang since they're
doesn't have TP.
Yeah, he also doesn't have TP, so they won't be here. Oh, he's looking for it. Does go right into it. It's going to be a 4v5 fight if we do look for something, but Vern is a little bit, or the rest of his team's a little bit out of position here. They are going to just giving up that dragon. So now it's 2-3 on that front. But at least you didn't lose any members there. You don't want to risk anything, especially with them still having Baron buff for another 30 seconds.
Yeah, if you lose a fight and they have Baron buff, that's pretty much GG. Your base will be destroyed. But man, I was worried for Vern for a second there. I thought he was going to be going in and committing hardcore. Was able to get out scot-free, maybe scare his opponents a little bit. As we have... I thought they were going to get caught there. As we have Goon Squad here with the Baron buff pushing down these minion waves, trying to get more turrets. They still have the outers on the side, but looks like they're going to go for a fight instead.
Yeah, the Oran Horn has been called out here. Gets 2-man knockup, but so does Gliss get the stun for Petrifying Gaze. He goes golden a little bit for himself, so he saves himself away from Pachitory, while Luke is already being down over on the Ezreal. Thane is in the far back, but I don't think he'll be surviving out of this one. And in this very separated team fight, it looks like it's still going to be in the favor of the Goon Gang here. They're just generally all just very strong at this point. Peggins is back
Oh my
here.
gosh. Have I been
Looking
saying Goon Squad? No,
You know
I've
what?
been saying
The
Goon
Goon
Squad.
Gang. There you go, the
Sorry, Goon
GGs.
Gang. Sorry, it's Goon Gang. Dang, I said Goon Squad, I didn't. Oh no. Alright. I gotta turn in my caster card. I failed.
No, it's okay. There was a team. There was once upon a time a team called Divine Ascension Gaming, and then also Vision Gang, and I mixed up both of them. I called Vision Gaming and then Divine Ascension Gang. So, unfortunately, that was like one of my first casts ever. So,
Alright,
unfortunate
looks
because
like
I was one of those people. Anyways, looking for a hook, able to grab it down. We do have the list right there in a little bit precarious situation, but it doesn't matter. Luke is just a man moding it around here, already picking up a kill on a Vern. The Petrifying Gaze does go a little bit wide here, but we're still looking for a little bit more. Ezreal is using that Arcane Shift, and we'll see if he can get a little bit more damage off over on the Cassiopeia before finishing it off here. They didn't realize Luke was in the bush. He used Subjugation, so he's getting extra tanky over on the Pachitory. Two-man knockout coming out from the Pachitory here. Well, that's a two-man stun coming out from Fish Noah. Is going to be doing a great job in turning that good wind wall coming out from Anime Nonstop in order to prevent a lot of this damage coming out from Cherokee. But it is still a precarious situation. You have four
health bars.
Yeah, 4 low health bars. Luke has, the War Mod, so it doesn't count. But 4 low health bars versus 2 damage carries. Vern is on his way back, and they aren't letting them just to get a little disrespectful back. It's like, you gotta walk a little bit further. You gotta at least, you gotta at least be away from my arm's reach if you want to back away.
Yeah, definitely at least out of EQ range from Ezreal. As, Zlatters doesn't want to give overkill, walks all the way back into this bush here. And man, I think if Pachitory was a little bit tankier, that could have been a win for Reign of Kings there, as they're all grouped up, ready for Pagan's damage to come through, get the bounces off on his EQ. But Pachitory does go down due to Luke's ultimate there on the subjugate, and just cuts that tankiness down. And it looks like we have a situation for Gungang to win the game here. So they have the mid inhib. The Baron is coming up soon. And then after that, the Dragon will be coming up, securing themselves the soul. So the path to victory is available to them. Will they walk down it, Rex?
Well, it is something to look at here. They do have such a substantial gold lead here. 7k, that's 2 items worth of gold. But we'll have to see if they can keep it up, because I've seen crazier games where where you lose behind so much of a deficit. But we'll have to see. We're going for the Baron push right now.
Baron.
Yeah, they're pushing it down while the Thane was not even in the area in order to try to contest for a smite fight. They're looking for actual blood right now. They're not even going for resets. They're like, we can just move off this momentum, going straight into yet another fight. We don't have any backs ready for ourselves. We're just going to go ahead and look for something up. And it looks like that something's going to be this top lane. They're going to be trying to push that down.
Yep, and they have acquired the first step on their path to victory here. They have the Baron, so they can look forward to pushing out the lanes for free, probably get down another inhib, which would lead to that perfect dragon. But maybe Anime Nonstop's going to ruin those plans here. Their carries, they're caught out, they're surrounded. Teleport from Fisher North going to try to save the situation here. Ornhorn goes down. Vern's going to hit a hook from the side. Pachitory getting double knockup on Anime Nonstop here, and Gliss. It looks like Gliss is going to, however, kill the Thane here, and even though they were in a great position, they were not able to get out the carries. They weren't able to get the kills before the rest of the team showed up. I wonder what happened to Peggins there. I thought that they were going to lay down the damage. Looks like he has to get out. Barely dodges the hook. And it looks like we're in a 2v5 situation with a full Baroned up team here. Not looking good. I think Goon Gang is taking this one.
And it looks like Goon Gang's the winner for this first Week 1 series against Reign of Kings Armageddon here. Once again, thank you, Reign of Kings, for franchising out over for the Gold Division, getting this team together, but it looks like you guys are going to have to find some better luck here in Week 2. Wow, Goon Gang here, completely fresh faces. Looks like they're going into Week 2 pretty well, and I'm sure they already played their games It is later into the week, so I don't think too many people are still waiting for their games since I think they're due tomorrow. But in any case, that was our game one. We do see that the Goon Gang is going to be taking this first one. We'll be right back when we setting for our next game, which is I believe is going to be the Spank Boys versus the Rivals. So don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.
Cheers by Steve.
Hello and welcome to game 2 of week 1 gold lead from provided by Get Wrecked here. We got the Spank Boys versus Rivals here. And if the first game is any indication for how the rest of these games are gonna go, I'm excited for a close series again. And we're gonna have here Spank Boys. We got Swiggly Diggly the Alpha, we have GIF, Kokomo Breezy, Emla versus iSurge, Eyesight, Talk Sky, don't miss that Q, and CB the Barbarian. And Rex, I have a question.
Yeah, what's up?
What is an eye surge? Because I know what eyesight is. I just don't know what eye surge is. I'm just a little confused.
It's the newest Apple product. Obviously, it's their new. You seen like those portable chargers. So this is their newest Apple product, but it's your own portable charger because you know how batteries are so bad whenever you're using an iPhone. This is your alternative now. You just have an external one.
Okay, so it like just over juices your phone with energy. I got it. That makes a lot of sense. iSurge, I see it.
Mhm.
Just
Uh,
overclocks your phone for maximum phone performance.
Yeah, man, how else am I going to possibly play Wild Rift or Genshin Impact? I need to play with the highest settings at all times, and the more I do it at the highest settings, then then I'll probably just then I'll have to buy a new one and just pay Steve Jobs more money.
That makes sense. And in
Yeah.
fact, I think that's what all Apple, Apple consumers love, paying Steve Jobs' dead corpse more money.
Absolutely. And it looks like we actually do have iSurge, formerly known as Void Surge, in the chat battle bray. So hello, welcome to the game here, and hopefully it's going to be a pretty good one. I mean, this pretty interesting team concept we're looking over at both sides here. I'm curious if this is going to be like a poke various or if it's going to be on hit. He does on in for the Hail Blades, which is kind of like the middle ground for the two builds, honestly. You could really go either one if you want. You get a nice attack speed for the on-hit build, or you get a nice attack speed for so you can just get those Qs up more often. So it'll be interesting to see which one he does opt in to go for. But also, Yasuo in the bottom lane. Haven't seen that in actually a fat minute, honestly. And this is a pretty interesting matchup to go into it with.
Yeah, I don't think they're going to be enjoying the lane phase as soon as Kokomo Breezy and Emlove get set up here. Because once the poke starts running through, yeah, he's got a wind wall, but it only lasts like what, 4 or 5 seconds? Honestly, feels like 10 seconds more like, but it doesn't last long enough to block all the poke here. So we'll see if that. It looks like the lane's already starting to turn around. We'll see how that goes. On the top side, Swiggly Diggly versus Eye Surge here. So Big Angry Knight versus Big Fish. Who wins? We'll see.
My money's
They're
on the
both
fish.
interesting. Yeah, it's interesting because they both have shields that both have pretty significant magic damage. But Mordekaiser has more AoE variant of that, so should be able to get the push in, and it looks like that's happening so far. Now, both junglers started top side, so it looks like they're going to be solo up here in this 1v1, and we got to fight for Scuttle Crab.
Yeah, here it goes. The Alpha is already getting the fear off. M-Love does get the first rotations and just giving a fadeaway Q over onto Eyesight, who already had to burn his flash. So unfortunately, he's not going to be getting that Scuttle. He's going to be running his way top lane to see if he can grab that one at the very least. But I don't know if he'll be able to make it in time, honestly. But, I mean, he has the prio from top lane. If it keeps going this way, and then mid lane can get some prio since it is a Victor. He has pretty good wave clear in the early levels as well. Just have to see how it goes. But CB Barbarian does land on a drench line here. He's looking for something, but right now, it's not able to really get too much out of it. Alpha is here.
Oh.
Like I said, he has rotated, but so is Isurge, so maybe he can get a little bit more health. Does use the smite, but because of that smite, he is going to be losing that Scuttle Crab here. It's a 2v2 fight. I forgot what the Abyssal Voyage, if it's still called that, does land over on top of Eyesight. And now Isurge is going to get feared up here. He is getting quite low. 1Q is all they need, but they don't even need it. Just an auto tech will finish off the kill there. So it looks like Isurge and Eyesight is not going to be having a fun early game here. Alpha already picking up 2 kills and 2 Scuttle Crabs for himself. He has a pretty penny in his pocket.
Yeah, unfortunately, their Eyesight had to smite first to survive that scenario, and in the end, wasn't even able to make it out. Loses double scrap crab there. Fortunately for Graves, very fast clear. Probably will just be fine chilling, clearing the jungle here. As we have a huge trade coming out from Swiggly Diggly against Isurge here. The Tom just going ham on the Mordekaiser here. And we were calling it Big Fish win, and it looks like that is the case for now. However, I do think Isurge has better healing in the lane, so expect him to be healing this out. I guess that's not going to be an important factor if Eyesight tries to ruin that.
Yeah, I mean, in all fairness, Tom Kench does not have bad healing in his kit either. His Q heals him based on missing health. It's weaker in the early game because I'm pretty sure they nerfed that a little bit. But in any case, he's still quite a strong component, or a pretty strong top laner. And I'm
Oh,
surprised
does
it's
that work on
still.
minions?
Yeah, I believe so.
Okay, well that'll be a factor for sure.
Yeah, and I think it's reduced healing on minions, and then you get full healing off the champions, is what it is.
Yeah,
So,
to me that seems like it's better for trading or in a all-out fight.
yeah.
So Mordekaiser's slight edge in healing in lane. However, as we can see there, Tom Kench can probably just go in there and just waddle up to Mordekaiser and starts, swinging his tongue around, making sure keep him in check.
Absolutely. Well, over in the mid lane, we see very much a scaling sort of thing. Uh, Nivea
Both
takes a little
sides,
bit.
yeah.
Yeah, both sides very good. Victor gets online a little bit quicker, but I believe, but whenever Anivia does get online, it's a lot harder. I want to say whenever with these full combos, did opt in for the electrocute as well, so it's looking to try to do a lot of damage here. CV Barbarian is taking quite a bit of hits here, unfortunate, but we are looking for that level 6 really whenever you're playing this Yasuo Nautilus bot lane.
Oh, I
And
don't
it
like
really
that.
just
Yeah, I don't like them trying to go in. They have to wait for an all-in. Trying to do little trades here and there is not going to work out, as they're
Oh
going
no.
to... Sona will heal. Teleport going down here. Looks like they're just going to try to secure the dragon, as they have push in the bottom lane, and mid lane is not pushed out yet.
Yeah,
And now to focus what the automatic viewer wants us to watch is this fight up here.
Yep, they want to watch this where we're in the death realm here. Oh, it's pretty interesting how long you can hold them into your stomach as the
Ooh.
Tom Kench. It looks like Tom Kench just wins out that fight even with ultis and everything. Unfortunate on that end, while Drake has been secured by the Spank boys. Alpha is in the mid lane here. He does have to use the cleanse, but does not save them long enough. He is going to be falling down there now. We're looking over here into the bot lane. Seeing if any action comes up. We are both level 5, but we just turned level 5 here. We're really looking for level 6 to go for a super all-in
All
potential.
sums are up here. All sums are up. Now, I think if Tallest Guy wanted to survive, we'll probably have to flash after the cleanse right away. However, wasn't able to get that timing down, or maybe trying to save it. A little bit of greed there. So that's going to be 4 kills going over to Spank, boys, as they take an early lead here. It is, 1.8 gold lead is not nothing at this point in the game. That is pretty significant. We'll see if they can keep that going.
To see if they can keep on going with this. It is quite the game we're seeing here. CV Barbarian, it does land a dredge line here. We're level 6. He does get the tornado into the last breath. Does get one more Q to auto attack. Flash auto attack is going to be securing that one. Does miss out another Q, but Swiggy is going to be here. He's looking for a kill over onto the Yasuo, but good interrupt. CV Barbarian is going to be the one getting quite low, but Eyesight's here, and also Tallest Guy, being the good guy, also rotating from mid bot lane in case a fight further ensues. He doesn't see where Anivia is. It's always a possibility. Anivia also just walks all the way from base to lane in order to pick up something there. Siggy Wiggy's still looking for something over in this ball lane as well, which honestly, I feel like Tom Kench could make that fight happen since he does have the Devour.
Yeah, but he does not get in range to use it, and is going to be giving up, I think, 2 to 3 waves. It looks like this is the 3rd wave coming in, so probably losing 2 to 3 waves here on the top side, and that is a huge loss for Tom Kench there, who was winning that.
Yeah.
All right, looks like Alpha's going to pick up the back half of that, so half of 2 to 3 waves is going to be reclaimed here, but it's not going on the Tom.
Not going on the Tom. Did create a little bit of pressure in that bottom lane, so it wasn't going as bad as it could. But in any case, it did go a little bit bad, considering that they were able to pick up a kill there. This does look like it's also a poke Varus, considering the Thurk right there. But got the turret played neat.
It was a trap.
Here.
It was a
trap. Oh, the
Yeah.
Q does go a little wide here, so he's not getting that damage out immediately. So Aya Search is on the run. He gets devoured. And, okay, uses the ulti in order to get some healing back. He's trying to survive as long as he can. Waiting for the W to come up. Can it? No, it's just going to fall down. While in the mid lane, looks like Graves managed to pick up the last kill on that thanks to the collateral shell. And is able to pick up that kill as well on the back end. Bot lane doesn't seem like to... Ooh, great flash coming out from Eyesight. Dodging away from the infinite duress. So... Nicely done as well. So no, don't want to give up too much here coming out from the rivals. Don't want to be too far behind.
Yeah, it looks like Rivals firing back a little bit here. Unfortunately, Surge did fall for the bait top side. It was a trap all along as Tom Kench. It actually is so fitting because Tom Kench is also a fish. and so, and in the meanwhile, Frostbird in the mid lane does give over a kill, but not too big of a lead either way. I'd like to check the gold here as we have two bounties on top side here for Spank Boys, and we have quite a significant lead for the Tom Kench. What, 1,200 gold up? That is a huge lead here as we have an engage going out. Emlov gonna hit the ult on Don't Miss That Q. The Alpha is in the back line. He gets a huge fear off. He's taking down members. Looks like Eyesight and CB the Barbarian gonna have to walk away from this one. Kokomo Breezy walks up a little too far. He looks like he's not gonna be able to do any more damage in this fight. The Alpha is gonna be a Chad and block that anchor for him though. And they did win one kill, but I think they lost the fight there as they're backing off. The waves going in. Kokomo Breezy is out of mana again. They really shouldn't look for another fight here. Tall Sky gonna go in, and Anivi's gonna block off the choke with an ultimate and a wall. Eyesight just has to take this damage, but unfortunately no follow from the rest of this team. Gif here has to run away from Tall Sky. And we have a fight at the top lane. I kind of think the fight on bot side is a little more important here. It looks like Swigadiggly and Isurge going to be fighting to the death yet again, Rex.
Yeah, they are still fighting it out. Isurge is still in a pretty bad situation considering that he is still like pretty much half an item right at this point, seeing that he has the Leeching Lyra, so he's not so far behind, but still, regardless, he is far behind Siggy Wiggy here. We are looking also to drop the Rift on top lane. That's a full tower going down. Yeah, he has to leave.
He's not running.
Oh no, here it goes. Okay, he's using the ulti in order to survive himself a little bit more against Alpha. But can he pick up a kill? No, the Infinite Duress is here. He does survive, and it looks like it is going to be.
Oh, Tom ate his friend.
Yeah, Tom ate his friend. He wanted to kill. He wanted to kill himself. That's what happened.
Yeah, I think Isurge decided that he could outplay that scenario. I think that's even though your Mordekaiser is a bit dicey there, especially since Swiggly Diggly can 1v1 you easily if that was what was going to happen. And man, he's just taking these turret shots for the kill here, and this Tom Kench is on a rampage here. I just like the slow waddle as the licks of death happening here.
Yeah, TP coming out here from Isurge. He's trying to make something happen. Hey, he is going to be able to pull in Siggy Wiggy, but the fear is going to be pulling away. Also, I say Dr. Siggy Wiggy. It's Wiggly Diggly, not Dr. Siggy Wiggy. That is a different guy.
Swiggly
Wiggly
Diggly.
Swiggly?
Yeah, he's swiggling.
The catfish.
The cat. Okay, yeah, you know what that was.
But in any case, here this is only a 2k gold lead, which is surprising considering how much of a kill deficit there is. It's 6 kills over for the side of Spawn here, but that's also attributed thanks to that Don't Miss That Q farming really well here. He is like very nearly at the not perfect. He's not at perfect CS mark, but he is good, really good amounts at it, doing really well farming.
You know, CB the Barbarian has been in that middle bush so many times, and I think, it's caught out Kokomo Breezy a couple times now. I would hope that they would eventually try to ward it, because it is really giving them a lot of pressure for the all-in engage, as we have, I believe, a Scuttle Crab being picked up here by Don't Miss That Q, so extra gold in the pocket of the Yasuo here.
Yeah, we're really looking like Rival's plan is going to be really playing off of this Yasuo in the mid game and just waiting until Tall Sky gets online as well for the mid game and just try to overwhelm really. Since their mid to late game is very powerful thanks to Yasuo plus Tall Sky. Graves himself is also no slouch when it comes to the late game as well. Since he is considered still a marksman, he can still dish out quite a bit of damage. On any front. We'll have to be cautious to see how that goes. We do see a gank coming on in the mid lane. Eyesight does get stunned up here, but here comes the catfish, so you gotta be careful of that. Eyesight is going to be on the run a little bit. Todd's guy is going to be cutting away from the catfish a little bit here. CB Barbarian using the ulti over onto Nivea, immediately flashes on top of him, so they're trying to pick up a kill, but Eyesight is going to be focused down by the Warwick here. We're stuck in this chokehold here, but we don't have enough C or AoE damage coming in just yet. Don't miss that. Q is here looking for anything to help out, but Todd's guy, oh, flash and heal in order to survive that end of that. So that's only going to be one kill, but you are taking a lot of summoners with you for it.
Yeah, and they're all up in this jungle right now, stealing it away from Eyesight. That's very important, as the Graves definitely wants that for the scale factor here. And now it looks like we're about 1 minute away, roughly, so to speak, from this dragon coming up. And I see a lot of red on this dragon right now. So we'll see if they can keep that vision. And that should give them plenty of options for when Spank Boys try to come in and claim the dragon. They're going to have a vision advantage, maybe get a pick or something like that with the Nautilus. Maybe that will confer them the dragon. Otherwise, in a straight 5v5, I'm a little bit worried for them. So, usually for Yasuo, you would want to have some kind of, I don't know enabler is the word I'd probably use. So think of like a Gragas, a Malphite, someone to set up an easy ultimate for the Yasuo. So Yasuo in this team comp doesn't really have that. Mordekaiser not guaranteed to get a huge, displacement. Nautilus can get some. It's not that big to get like a huge, team in one, but he can definitely get one target.
Yeah, ooh, looking for it. He does get the ulti. Last breath over to Kokomo Breezy. He stepped up a little too far forward, and he's only like outside of his tower. The flash coming out from Alpha in order to get the fear off on the Eyesight does cause him to run a little bit. Todd's guy still looking for a little bit more. He is flashing over the wall. He's trying to get something down, but he is separated from his jungler right now, who is now on the run. He has to get a little bit further away. Fortunately, with all those flashes down, it does not result in a kill just yet. It's so close, but so far away still. We're looking for a dragon fight here.
Mordekaiser, no TP.
Yeah, no TP coming out from Mordekaiser, so it's going to be a 4v5 since we're seeing that the TP already went down for the Diggly. But I'm going to see how it goes.
Their position, though.
Yeah, we do have rivals positioned very well for themselves here. For it, Alpha did get that blast cone a little too late. Gonna have to use the Devour in order to get him out live here, but we'll have to be careful. Kokomo Breezy is looking for an engage. He does have his ult, or he doesn't have an ulti available here, but CB Barbarian already jumping on in. It's a little too preemptive, so he won't be able to work off any last breath plays, considering it's not even up yet. Now we're on the back foots. We're looking for something. We're running away, trying to get away from here, fighting a better position. Good 3-man for his ulti, but not anything happening off of just yet. Surge also walking down all the way from top lane to here, not able to catch anything on the back end of this fight as well.
Honestly, I think he should have stayed topside, pushing that nice wave, confer a bigger CS advantage there. Cancel it out from the enemy team. I mean, you can see it's a huge wave up there, and he doesn't even make it down to the fight to do anything anyway. Now he has the teleport. Unfortunate timing on his part. And yeah, that's a bit of a waste of play for the topside push there. As we have an engage, don't miss that Q, and it looks like he didn't, and that's going to confer him the kill. Maybe the double, as Sona is very squishy. He's going to commit from the tower dive. Yes, he is. Does pop the shield bow, but well worth it to pick up that kill there. And it looks like we might have a Yasuo on our hands here.
Yeah, you see those miraculous 10 death power spike Yasuo's not. This is the reverse. This is the 10 kill power spike coming out from Don't Miss That Q. He's doing an amazing job in CSing really well for himself here. Only 20 CS down from what would be considered perfect at this point in the game, but he has 3 kills to make up for that. He's scaling very well. He's looking to build the Bloodthirster right now, so he's looking to really sustain for the long term in a lot of these fights, trying to live through this initial burst and just auto people down for the end, really surviving his way past the idea of like trying to just survive past a Comkench rather than try to kill him really quickly. Let's just live through the Comkench instead, which is not a bad game plan.
And I don't think Spank Boys really has any good answers to the Yasuo at the moment here. So they're going to have to think of some clever solution to get around this Yasuo problem. And he's starting to get really big here. Definitely wouldn't want to give him a bounty Swiggly Diggly. That'd be terrible for your team.
Yeah. Be very silly to do considering how strong he is at this moment. And your teams are still in a pretty good position, despite that it's only a 1k gold lead, even a 800 gold lead, give or take. Um, it is still something you don't want to give up here. You have pretty strong tanks. You build that Thorn Mail, so that means he's going to be the Yasuo is going to be doing less healing at the very least. But still, it's nothing to scoff at, considering that he's also going to be building that BT in order to get us just a ton.
Yeah, I mean, I think if he had an enabler, they could definitely go for a team fight right now, just resting all in the back of this Yasuo. Uh, Without that enabler, though, they're gonna have to play out these situations a little bit better. You can see though that this Don't Miss the Q has been setting up his own ultimates pretty well here. Is he gonna take this one? Looks like not. And I mean, they have good catch potential with that setup though. So the Nautilus Yasuo setup is pretty good. And man, he was getting beat down in that lane. He weathered the storm against the double poke champions, and now he's back with a vengeance here, Rex.
Yes, he is. Looks like, oh no, looks like Eyesight is caught out here. We do see Eyesight using his TP in order to try to save him.
Oh, he missed.
Eyesight tried to use the ulti in order to try to push him through the wall, but he did pick one of the thicker parts of that wall in order to try to jump through. So unfortunately, he is not going to be able to surviving that. Eyesight did use his TP, but unfortunately not getting anything out of it as well on that end. He's here to defend the tower, which is a good side in any case, but he wasn't able to defend his jungler. Now the Swiggly Wiggly is looking to try to take down this turret, but they might be losing his life now. Oh my goodness.
No.
Shut down over for the Yasuo.
We were talking about that earlier, and eventually it does happen. And I'm interested to see how much money does... Oh, we got a catch here, Kokomo Breezy. This turret isn't going to do much to save him.
Oh no. I saw
He probably could have invested the ultimate, though. I think maybe that would have been worth a try, at least.
Maybe. Mayhaps.
Yeah, just caught slacking on the back there. And Icer just walks up and uses ultimate to secure that kill. Yeah, and yeah, Kokomo Breezy can't do much against a Mordekaiser. Low mobility 80 carry champion.
Low mobility for exchange that you have a good engage tool, but that engage tool is not going to be helping you in order to survive against that.
And very good range as well. So haven't been seeing much of the Varus poke out in much of these fights.
Yes,
it's just been going straight into fight, just like this.
For something. Yeah, here we go. Dredge or the Infinite Duress already landed on top of CB Barbarian. Well, don't miss that Q. Is just busy in the top lane dealing with Dr. Sigwiki. He's not having a great time. Oh no, he got caught right in the middle of that Abyssal Void. So that's a shutdown. Returned over for the side over there. So if a fight's gonna happen, which it may have, I mean, like Dr. Sigwiki is does have TP, so he could have gone for something, but it looks like nothing, no contest, and next one is going to be the Dragon Soul, the Ocean Soul, which is very scary to see. That's even more healing for this Yasuo. And Todd's guy got caught out thanks to the stun, cleansed it, and then feared by the Alpha, so unfortunately he's going to be going down as well, and the game's swinging back and forth now.
I was just about to say, look at how much the gold lead has collapsed here, but it made a bit of a resurgence in those last few moments here as we have more members getting caught out. Isurge with no great mobility has to just walk out of there. Ultimate does land on Eyesight, but unfortunately for him, his team isn't able to pick up any more kills with that. 14-7, and now the gold lead's back to kind of, roughly where it was before. I mean, Yasuo giving over a huge shutdown to Tahm Kench definitely helps that. I'm interested to see the gold lead here on this Yasuo versus Tahm. And, the Alpha hasn't died yet. So that is also a lot of money that could be going over in a potential team fight. Definitely don't want the Yasuo to pick up that.
Yeah, looks like he's actually opting in for the Wit's End as the next item to build, which I like that, since considering the Warwick does a lot of magic damage. We have Anivia naturally doing a lot of magic damage, and then Siggly Wiggly, I will eventually get your name right, also does a lot of magic. Yeah, not that time, but eventually. I have a good 9 wheats in order to try to get a white, so we'll just have to see. So this
guy. Oh, that's interesting. That was weird. His animation
Yeah.
kind of wigged out a little bit, and he was invisible, big invisible fish, even though he was stunned.
Yeah, interesting indeed. But in any case, here, a lot of magic damage coming out from the side of Spank Boys. Considering the only
That's
AD
true.
threat would be Coco Mabrizi, but he is opting in for the poke build, and even on hit build is a lot of physical or magical damage as well. So in any case, Wits End, I love it here. It's a good item. It's a good item here.
I think you're right on that. The Wits End is a good item. Maybe could have happened second item and built a third item as well. That's also another possibility. Because I think you kind of want a Lord Dominic's versus this Tom Kench as well, right?
Yeah.
So there's a lot of things that Don't Miss That Q could be building that would be beneficial. Especially since I see, we saw him twice now trying to 1v1 Tom Kench. Tom Kench building lots of armor and lots of health. So Lord Dominic's would be massively helpful for this Yasuo here.
Yeah. I mean, if you really want to go for nuts, like on top of also getting a Lord Doms, and we want to try to go as like purely armor pen build, Light Cleaver isn't exactly a bad item on Yasuo either. If you wanted to look for that avenue, but your ulti nonetheless gives you 50% bonus armor pen anyway, so it's not like you're hurting necessarily. Lord Doms is going to be a good one for additional armor pen, and on top of that, you do extra damage if they have more HP than you, which I hope a Tom Kench would.
Yeah, so they're okay. So they're using Yasuo to respond to Tom Kench instead of Mordekaiser, and that makes sense.
Hmm.
Isurge has been having a tough time with this Tom Kench, so maybe Don't Miss That Key will do better. But it looks like Sukadigli might be winning this fight a little bit, but he's going to be getting ganked quite soon here. Are we going to get an Autos ultimate? Yep, they're going to commit the ultimate. They're going to go ahead. They're not going to use the Yasuo ultimate yet, even though it's low cooldown. They're going to try to wail away on this fish here. And he's trying to get away from 3 members, and it looks like it worked out. Did have to spend the flash, but survives to fight another day.
After
Oh,
all of
going down?
that, oh, he is going
That's a bit
in there.
ambitious.
Is a little bit ambitious, but after all of that, he's taken little to no damage. Like he's at half health now, and that was with burning, and that was a
Yeah, I think
long fight of a lot of auto attacks from this strong Yasuo. That's at like almost still at perfect CS numbers.
Yeah, I think as a Lord Dom's salesman, I think I just show people that clip and instantly everyone starts becoming a fan.
Absolutely. You're just like, hey, do you hate Tom Kench? Do you hate tanks that for some reason take absolutely no damage against you? Well, I had the perfect item for you. And, well, Lord Doms is going to be going wonders, at least. So we'll hopefully see that built nets into, seeing that he already has the long sword, probably going to the Last Whisper and then Lord Doms. And
Yeah,
then
and
maybe
also for
rounding out
Graves
his...
as well.
Yeah.
I mean,
Oh,
Graves is also good with Lord Doms as well. So I want to see some more. I want to see some more Dominators on the field. You know what I'm saying, Rex?
yeah, absolutely. I want to see a lot more Lords on the field here. Scene, but I just know that I guess Eyesight is a little bit behind here. He hasn't even built his second item. Infinite Duress just jumps right in the middle, but it doesn't matter because Eye Search is going to be
Ooh,
using that
Tom
ulti in
knocked
order
it.
to stop it. Tom Kench is now in the middle of 3 of them, but he's not taking a lot of damage. M Love does get hit by that tornado, and ooh, great knockup coming out, and able to pick up that Nivea as well. Siggly Wiggly is still just living here. He's looking for actually a kill onto Eyesight. He's looking for it. Oh, almost got it. He
Ooh.
almost got it with that last Abyssal Voyage, but unfortunately not going to be getting that. And it's going to be a full team ace while one side's going to Baron, one side's going to Dragon, which is perfectly fine. Yasuo is strong enough in order to do Dragon by himself, and I'm sure with the 2 DPS sort of champions plus a Mordekaiser that does max HP damage, you'll have enough in order to deal with a Baron.
Yep, and Rivals proving to be the superior there in that team fight. Spank Boys getting the hand themselves, getting spanked, and that team fight. I mean, they went 5-0 for that one, so huge loss there. I think their main problem was that the fight spread out way too much for their champions. I
Hmm.
think that if you got the Anivia, you got the Sona Varus, you definitely want to be, trapping everyone in the Anivia ultimate in her range and have her do massive AoE damage. But as you saw there, the fight spread out pretty wide. A lot of fights, a lot of 1v1s, 2v2s in the back there. And that's just really going to make it so that your team is not as effective. I mean, some people landed some decent ultimates, some decent members were hit, but no follow up, no damage behind it. And yeah, that was just a very poorly played out team fight from Spank Boys there. And yep, I think maybe they realize it now, but they definitely have to stay more grouped and try to get it more front to back. I mean, they have a massive tank in Swiggly Diggly here, so I don't think they should be afraid to do a front to back team fight. As you know, Rivals doesn't really have a very tanky boy themselves, so I do question their gusto to just jump in like that.
Yeah, we will have to
Ooh,
see, but
who picked up the Warwick kill? Because his bounty's gone, and he did die.
oh, he did fight Ice Surge, so maybe Ice Surge
Oh,
picked
iSurge
kill.
picked it
Yeah,
up.
yeah,
And look, iSurge has a bounty now as well.
yeah.
So iSurge did 1v1 him, I think, in the back. And man, that's going to be a lot of gold over for Mordekaiser. So free gold injection there.
It's gonna be
Oh, Kokomo
lovely.
Breezy.
Oof. We're
Yeah,
just gonna
can't
be
do
dying.
anything about that, huh?
Oh, Infinite Duress does land over on this guy, and he cleanses. Oh no, you can't cleanse Suppresses, so that was actually just a waste to cleanse as well.
Yeah, it
Unfortunate.
does have a low cooldown, at least
hmm
for Summer Spell. But yeah, that is a big waste, huh? Does
Bring
pick
him.
up Kokomo Breezy, but loses a Baron buff. So I think even trade for Spank Boys will take that.
Ooh,
Oh,
Ice.
Eye Surger. Oh, the
There
wall
it is.
perfectly
Woo.
played out, but not enough distance. He
Not enough
barely
distancing.
sneaks that Q over the wall there, and man, Gift, that's a painful one.
Oh, and looks like they're still going for this Tom Catch here, and they looks like your Lord Dominance sale has not worked out here because it looks like that. Don't miss that Q opted in for Deep Death Stance, but it doesn't matter. We are able to still kill him thanks to the last breath. Just running him down literally from where Tier 2 towers were all the way down to their inhibitor towers. But, with enough time, you can take down a Tom Catch.
Yeah, and they had plenty of time there, uninterrupted as well, I'd like to add. So looks like
Ooh.
Eyesight here going to be trying to flash to get out of here. Love going to commit the exhaust, but unfortunately the timing didn't line up for a kill. As we have CB the Barbarian and Domestic Q getting down this inhib.
Ooh.
Coco Mo Breezy gonna get caught out there. And I thought Emlove was in there as well, but that was my mistake. And Emlove's gonna be trying to poke up this Graves, but she's real squishy and low. The Alpha Cracker gonna turn around, try to get some turret damage on these members here, but it isn't gonna be enough. Fortunately, he is tanky. He does get stunned up by Tall X Guy. Gift gonna get hit back as well. Goes Golden, barely saves his life. I wasn't expecting that. Ice Surge gonna go low here. Huge gold coming over for the Tom Kench, but isn't gonna be enough. Can this Tom Kench out tank? Can he survive? Can he take all this punishment and defend his base? It's all up to them now. He's taking a lot of damage. He's surviving a very long time here. Swiggledig is going to go low and not enough, unfortunately. Ocean Soul really turning the tides over here for Rivals. Oh, and they go
So
ahead and take the surrender.
yeah, I mean, at this point here, it's the late game Yasuo. He was only one item off of being full built, and I mean, he is already just a monster as is. So looks like we're just gonna be taking that defeat there. Congratulations there to Rivals picking up your win in this first week of GRLCS Season 16 with the hyper carry. Yeah, so they're bringing the rest of the team members. Icear's picking up a couple kills at the end of the game there as well, seeing that he scaled up and managed to still be quite the threat there. Looks like, unfortunately, we were not able to see just maybe Nivea getting to a really strong late game point of the game. But yeah, congratulations to Rivals. That was our first game. You have any other thoughts you want to go before we go into our Be Right Back?
Just to quickly point out, I think that Ocean Soul ended up proving being very, very huge for Rivals there, as it made it so Tom Kench really couldn't 1v1 anyone, couldn't take anyone down because of the healing supplied, even though he had the healing reduction. And man, feeding all those kills to Yasuo really did end up hurting Spank Boys without even with that good beginning there. But hats off to everyone. I think this was also an exciting game, as you can see. Kills were close, but in the end, getting outscaled by the Dragons.
Yep. So we will be right back. We're just going to be setting up for our next game here, which our last one is going to be the Mingles V2 versus Spawn Point game. So don't go anywhere. Be right back.
Hello, guys. We're back. We got game 3 here. Mingo's V2 versus Spawn Point. That's exactly where everyone's starting right now. As we have the Volpe, Jimothy Halpert, I Paradigm, Alien Boy
Paradigm.
42. Paradigm? Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought it was a clever Paradigm pun there. Donkey Cheeks, SP Spawn Point Pillar, Trigger
Mhm.
Roosh, Kamansi, Abigor, and Rosebuds. Rosebud. Yeah, I
Roby's
think
Rosebud. Nice.
Rosebud. Yeah. Great White Buffalo. There you go. And we have
Okay.
the first 5 point start of the day in game 3. Although
Mhm.
not perfect from Mingo's V2. Gonna have to criticize that. A little bit of a gap there on the top side river.
Mhm. Not going to be getting all the information out, but nonetheless, it's still fine. You got a little bit of a 5 point going on here, and yeah. So this is going to be our final games of the series with the Mingles V2 over on the blue side, Spawn Point on the red, and it's going to be quite an interesting game here. We have a lot of early game sort of pressures coming out from the red side, seeing how we have Ash really good at early game thanks to the volley just poking down your opponents slowly, and then the Urgot definitely does get online a little bit sooner. Ooh, we are looking for a little bit of engage early on. This is a little bit of a late invade, even though we're starting off in the top side of the jungle. So it's going to be interesting to see.
Yeah, we have a split start. So both sides should get their scuttle crabs undeterred here. And I'm noticing a trend here. Lots of thrushes, lots of nautiluses.
I've been a big proprietor of saying that like Riot wants to bring back the enchantresses, just of recent patches, but in the next patch they haven't really done too much in terms of like we're trying to bring back the enchantresses for the world's patch. Ooh, but the hook
Ooh,
does
hook
land
lands.
early on. Ooh, great trade coming out early on.
Although it
So
doesn't really result in too much. It is a win trade though. Kind of need really level 2 to stick the damage here.
yeah,
As
speaking of
Rosebud's
which,
going to go in.
yeah, it does hit the level 2. Gets quite a bit of damage here, but a
Ooh,
little too
undeterred.
far down. Gonna have to be flashed or flashing away, but not before Ignite goes down by Donkey Cheeks.
They could probably reset here. It looks like they're not going to opt for it. And Rosebud's going to throw a ward down in that try. As we have a gank coming topside, Jimothy Halper going to take down pillars. Try to take down pillars here. He's well away, biting this Urgot. Throws up the pillar there, and he gets the first blood.
Yeah, but bottom lane still has some action coming out of here too. Ooh, Rosebud's trying to come back so he can drop down the Ignite over on an Alien Boy, but not going to be close enough. Just picked off by the Donkey Cheats here. Ooh, Albagor is still trying to go for it. Is able to pick up the kill, and a double kill goes down over for Donkey Cheeks. No kills for the ADC for Alien Boy, but 2 assists is better than none.
Yeah, better than nothing. Probably going to get a CS advantage if the wave's in the right spot. It looks like Donkey Cheek's going to try to save that minion for Alien Boy there. And it is a 3-1 here in the first few minutes of the game. Lots of kills going down now. Jimothy Halpert is going to be picking up this top scuttle as Tiger Roosh is going to be getting this bottom scuttle here. So, as we thought, undeterred scuttling. And possibly a mid gank here now. Kamatsi is not sick, so it doesn't have his ultimate. Has to burn flash here if he gets caught.
Ooh, the
Ooh,
stun
stun
does
gonna
land.
land.
Yeah, it
Oh, they
does
had no
land
vision.
here. They are trying to do something. Tigger Rush is on the way, but so is Vulnerable Boy. They're like, yo, wait a minute, there's a third guy here now? So now he's going to have to try to flash away, but he doesn't even get the chance. He's trying to get to the wall, but he doesn't make it in time. SP Pillars is now here as well in order to try to make something happen, but he doesn't have flash to go over the wall to really capitalize on a Paradigm, but Rosebuds has made the rotation as well, so it looks like we're going all in over for Voloroy, and the TP coming in from Kimata. Kimat.
Kamatsu.
Kamatsi. I like that one. I like that more than what I was trying to say in my head. So Kamatsi. It's
Kamada.
gonna be, yeah, maybe. I'm not exactly sure. I was trying to, I don't know. But anyways, Kamatsi is going to be burning his TP in that area, not instead of in lane, which, I mean, no difference at all. Going to be pushing in this way, forcing up the TP from Paradigm as well so he doesn't get behind by 2 waves of EXP.
Yeah, and I think Pillars might have picked up most of that wave. Didn't lose too much, actually. So, not a big loss for Pillars. In fact, has a CS lead, but should probably see Volthy pick up more CS as the wave pushes to him.
Yeah.
And man, that was a pretty early fight there.
Mm-hmm. It
Multiple
definitely
members
are.
roaming to the mid lane, trying to
Yeah.
affect things early here as we have the Syndra versus the Kassadin. So that is a key matchup in this scenario. Both
Mm-hmm.
teams wanting to affect that, make sure it goes their way. If Kassadin, of course, scales up, don't want him to do that, becomes an absolute monster. But Syndra wants to shut him down, get the early lead, and be able to delete her opponents in the mid game here.
Yeah, I do want to note, ever since they got rid of Rod of Ages, Caston has been a little bit more of an aggressive type of mid laner here. He's not so much of the scaling mage assassin that he used to be. He's more traditional in the sense of an assassin whenever he does hit level
Ooh,
6,
hooks
which he
and
has,
land.
but look, does land, and here comes the Jimothy, going to be able to take down Rosebuds, giving that kill over to Alien Boy. They're still looking for another one, but we see
Ooh,
Tigger is
Paradigm, no
making his
mana.
way down. Paradigm does have no mana. Ooh, flashing away before the ult does land here, so he's not going to be in a too precarious spot. He's going to walk all the way over to his tier 2 tower because he's not taking any chances with this Castman since he does have flash and ulti up. Really? Nice
And
thing.
man, we have some trades going down there. I think Donkey Cheeks playing that pretty well. Wasn't Cheeks in that last engage there. Probably could have thrown the lantern over to Jyoti Halpert to get him to engage earlier, but wasn't a factor that led to anything else. But overall, pretty good gank going down, and I think Jimmy the Halpert affecting the field pretty well in these first few minutes.
Absolutely. Going to be pretty... He's doing a really good job. He already has the Tiamat, and it's going to be clearing out jungle way more, so that means he can look for more of these sort of ganks, creating pressure, even getting kills for him or his
Ooh,
laners.
Tiger
While
Roosh.
Tigger is looking for something into the top lane
Roosh
here,
got
does
level
get the
6
knock
too.
up into the nets, and the Fear Beyond Death does land into yet another kill. I'm pretty sure that's Tigger too, like the tiger from Winnie the Pooh as well.
Oh,
Yeah, I think
okay,
that's what
Tigger.
they're...
That makes sense.
Yeah, while Rosebuds here is in a spot where he was caught warning where he shouldn't be. Oh, flash into a point blank hook over on the Rosebuds. Rosebuds is going to be going down here, but here comes Kamatsi. Still looking, trying to make something happen. Dragon did get reset a little bit here, so buying a little bit more time for Tigger to get over here, but looks like they're full on disengaging from this Dragon, considering that it's going to be quite a risky situation for themselves in order to catch them in the 3v4 situation. Just because, don't want to be risking anything you don't need to.
Man, Doggy Cheeks ain't afraid to make a play here. I like the flash right into Nautilus's face and
Hmm.
throwing the Q out, establishing dominance here, saying, "Hey, I'm the real engage here, not you."
Yeah.
Unfortunately,
Absolutely.
wasn't able to pick up anything else beyond that though.
Yeah. Pretty unfortunate, but still a kill over on the Rosebuds, and then leaving off of that is still going to be good, and good for spawn point side as well, seeing that the Mingles V2 didn't opt in to try to go for that dragon. They are just going to be playing it a little bit more safely, just looking to keep the lead that they have right now and just keep on going forward with it. And we'll just have to see. I mean, they have a really good late game team. They have the Zaya, they have the uh, Ornn for the ornaments, and then they also have the Syndra for just really good, like, constant damage, like the as DPS as you can kind of get as a mage, and then really good burst potential as well whenever you drop the full combo.
Yes. And that's usually what you want to go for in the mages and want to avoid on the enemy side, especially if you're an AD carry. Don't want to be at the brunt of that full combo.
Absolutely. But speaking of mages, have you seen the new champion trailer yet for Vex?
I honestly don't even know what she does. It
Hmm.
looks like she's just emo, emo Yordle.
Yes,
So
sir.
there's the theme.
Hmm.
I don't know. The trailer didn't really explain how her spells worked.
I mean,
Unless,
I posted a little bit something just like what I think all of her stuff is. I'm pretty sure she has like I feel like she has something that empowers her abilities because we saw like 2 different versions of that little dash shadow thing. Um,
Hmm.
but in any case,
I mean, did
looks
she
like an
take over
interesting champion.
Fizz? Did she like take over
No,
Fizz? I don't know what was going on
no,
there. I was very
no. I
confused.
think I think she kind of does like a thing where you know like how Senna like she has to hit him twice in order to take their mist. I think she has something similar, but instead of twice, she just like a champion's marked, so then she can take that mark and it empowers her net's ability. So then
Oh, okay.
that's how she got the fear off and stuff like that. I think that's what it
Oh,
was.
okay, okay.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I think
Yeah, she
like
has like an engage too. What
yeah,
on
I
earth?
yeah, I think I feel like that would be her ulti. You know, it seemed like a really big ability, and she used it like 3 times in a row. So I feel like that would be her ulti, probably dealing damage when she sends it out and when she dashes, just because it has to be
Yeah.
it has to be a 2021 champion. It has to be complicated
Hmm.
enough.
In this day and age, yeah. I'm sure they're intending for her to go mid, but she'll end up being a pretty good support. So we'll see how that goes.
Yeah, I mean,
Maybe
yeah, maybe
no.
so, but man. I'm doing pretty good damage overall around here. Rosebud's still looking for some of these engages. Oh, great hook from Donkey Cheats in return. They're looking for something here. Does have to Feather Storm it, but opts not to
Doesn't
use
get
it
the snare.
here. Yeah, it doesn't get the snare. Doesn't
Yeah.
have the Blade Recall in order to try to get that. But we'll have to see.
Yeah. Unfortunately, Alien Boy wasn't able to channel iBoy's energy there to get that snare off, which if they got a double snare would have been huge. More hooks being thrown out here. Probably don't want to take that one though, Donkey Cheeks. But
Yeah.
yeah, that snare would have been big. Probably would have led to the kill. I think they could have actually just went for the ult as well to get the snare
Hmm.
guaranteed if they weren't in position.
Absolutely.
They
I mean,
didn't opt for that.
they were so grouped up. I feel like they could have gotten so much damage out if they just like fully committed to that, dodge the depth charge with the ulti. But yeah, as you were saying,
Yeah, I mean, I think they could. I agree. They could have committed harder. They had the tools. There's a flash to get in position better. There's the ultimate. There's ways that have been committed. As we have another gank out from Timothy Halpert here, and we have the Ornhorde interrupting the dash, and that was a dead Urgot dying in no time flat. Kassadin Kamatsi gonna try to TP up there. Wasn't in time. Unfortunately, Urgot doesn't have any tank items and just died in a flash.
yeah. Speaking of not having really any items, Kamatsu just is only chilling out with a book and
Some
tier and
tears.
boots. So like I think I'm pretty sure he has a lot of gold on this Nets recent. Let me actually. I gotta move my mouse
Well, it
over
just
here.
burnt the TP as well, so
Yes, he has quite a bit of gold here. He should be able to finish something, one thing or another, at the very least, in order to get something in. But right now, Tigger, ooh,
oh, does
still,
land it.
yeah, he could go in for yet another engage, but doesn't opt in for it. Too close to tower. Doesn't feel like flying too close to the sun just yet, Icarus.
I don't think the CD was up yet either.
That too, yeah.
Maybe it might have been a fraction of a second off. As only level 8. Tigger only level 8 here. Rosebud setting up for another dive. Donkey Cheeks is half HP. Oh, misses.
Ooh,
But the Ash Arrow will land. Donkey Cheeks gonna get the heal
ooh,
from
that's not good.
Alien Boy. He's gonna land the stun under the turret. Rosebud's taking a lot of turret damage, but I don't think that was the play you were going for.
Ooh.
Rosebud taking enough to survive on top of giving over the kill as well. And man, that was a play that was bad that went even worse.
Great job for spawn point, I would say. Like the initiation, I mean the dredge line not landing there, unfortunate, but the combo of the enchanted crystal arrow plus the dredge line did great job to eliminate Donkey Cheats right off the bat. And then going out for the dive since Tigger was in the area, really good job on that one. While Kamatsi is going to be running for his life here. He
Ooh.
just got scattered the weak and as well unleashed powered. So he needs maybe needs to take a little breather, give it a
Oh,
second, see if he can go for something again. He does get hit by the stun here, but he had his Q up shield, so he's not going to fall down necessarily just yet.
yeah. And I just like to say that the target selection on that bot side was great. You don't want to go for the Zaya. She has the ultimate. She'll just use it to get out of any CC that you throw at her. Donkey Cheeks was the prime target, and they settled in on that. On the other side, Paradigm, I think you did pretty good against Kamatsi. Burning the flash and not getting the kill though, that's gonna hurt.
Yeah, not getting a kill, indeed.
Kamatsi's been staying
Oh,
around. Oh, the greed is punished. The greed! The greed, Rex.
agreed. It is something you hate to see whenever we're watching these games, where you're like, oh, I gotta stay just a little bit longer. I gotta finish this wave so then I can get a good backup. But sometimes you have to bite the bullet and be like, all right, I have to be
Oh,
okay
what?
with not a great one.
They didn't even dive or anything? They just
No,
let the Rift Herald die too? That was a
uh,
misplay right there. That was a possible kill and a turret.
yeah, I'm assuming that they were putting it down because it was about to expire, which is unfortunate because it was after 14 minutes, so they weren't able to get any turret plates off of that. Since the Herald is going to be spawning up yet again in a minute and 30 seconds. So that was indeed first Herald. Very unfortunate that they couldn't capitalize anything off of that just yet. But we'll have to
Yeah.
see. Maybe the second Herald we can finish off a couple of towers. But it definitely provides a lot less value when it is that post 14-minute mark.
That's true. Getting those turret plates is basically what makes the first Rift Herald good, and not compared to the second Rift Herald, where maybe you can use it for a dive. Best case scenario, use it for a dive, get kills.
Mhm.
But most of the time, doesn't end up going that way, and you just end up dropping it on a turret that's full HP, and it does a charge, and you don't get really much after that.
Yeah. Is one of the worst case scenarios, the other worst case scenario where it just doesn't even reach to the tower. Where the full
Oh
team is
yeah.
there to rotate and they just
Oh
like
man.
kill the Herald and you're just super sad that you just spent all this time. You got 100 gold out of it, but that was it.
And you
Unfortunate.
give them like 25 back, so 75 in total. Yay.
Yeah. We love a cannon minion's worth of net gold. But
Yeah. It is coming up again soon, but it is a very small window to acquire this one. But there is no dragon, so they could be going for it both sides. It looks like because of the way that Kamatsi backed, gonna give up the mid turret for free. And I think that's a bit of a mistake.
yeah, definitely is going to be very unfortunate. Giving up that mid tower is going to be first tower gold as well, so the gold direct lead is going to be swinging over to the side of Mingos V2 here.
I see some
Unfortunately,
pings on the rift.
yeah, we're seeing they're looking like they want to try to grab it at least before
Yeah.
it expires and Baron comes up.
And Mingos V2 has some members that back, so they're not in position just yet. But it looks like they are aware, and they're sending some members up there.
They are
Both going down.
looking to maybe try to contest, but not really great situation considering it is down right now. Good damage coming out from Kamatsu, but
Oh,
also
there
need
might
to
be
be
some
careful,
catches.
Paradigm. Oh, here comes the Enchanted Crystal Arrow into the Wombo combo. Just going to be taking down Paradigm here. SP Pillars is going to be enjoying that second kill underneath his belt. We do have the Rift over here and 5 members mid lane. We could have looked to
Yeah.
drop it here and maybe secure 2 charges off. In any
I
case, we'll
mean,
have to see.
yeah, I would just drop it, but maybe I'm just impatient.
Yeah. Wait for the minion wave to see if we can get any further down. But here comes the Ornhorn alongside of Donkey Cheats landing the hook on. He's getting really deep in there, but I don't think they have the damage in order to do anything just yet here. Alien Boy, ooh, a second hook. He's
Ooh, good
insane.
hook.
Donkey Cheats able to take down Albagor thanks to that. Alien Boy picking up that kill, and they only got a singular charge and even lost their own life out of that. Now, Kamatsu is around the area looking to see if they can pick up Alien Boy off the back end of this, but unfortunately not able to find that, and he's just going to be rift walking his way out of here.
Yeah, I forgot who exactly it was who decided to go and start doing the scuttle crab while their team was trying to get mid. But that was, that was dividing your powers too much. I think it was Kamatsi. Probably should have been with your team, and you probably would have picked up some kills there as well with the extra member advantage. No matter though, Dragon coming up 30 seconds. Both teams a little bit late to the reset on it because of that pre-mentioned fight there. So it just might be a mad dash to whoever gets this Dragon first.
It just might be a mad dash, like you said. No one really has this site control just yet here. It's going to be spawning up in 20
Oh,
seconds,
it's
and
gonna be a
we're
fight.
yeah,
Oh
not
no,
just
no, it's
yet,
not.
but not just yet. We do have TP coming out, or TPs available from both sides on all sides.
Yep,
Um,
all TPs available here. I believe we just have one sum down on both sides, so most of these sums are up for everyone. So expect to be blowing this. This is blowing them on this fight. This is a very key fight in this game right here. This could decide the game down the road. Both teams are lining up on their side that they have control over. So Mingo's V2 have more of the middle control, while Spawn Point has more control on the bot side. They're going to be cleaning out the vision here, fighting for mid control right about now. And man, I thought that was going to be a fight as both teams just ran right into each other. Spawn Point going to be starting it up, though.
Yeah, Spawn Point starting up this Drake, seeing that Mingos V2 just decided to walk away from the dragon and give that one up. So that's like Mountain Drake is going to be going over to the side of them. They didn't want to do the NA thing where you're just standing around the Drake and not doing it, but because of that, so they started going off and doing other things. But because of that, they also just lost the Drake entirely and gave that over to Spawn Point. So that's going to be giving them a little bit of advantage here in this dragon control game, and also a little bit extra resistances to make this Xin Zhao and Urgot a little harder to kill.
You know, if they were going to give it up, I don't think they knew that. But I think they should have made some better calculations, because we don't make mistakes here. They should have made some better calculations as to trying to get something else on the map instead of and trying to trade, as Doggy Cheeks misses a hook on Abigor and gets taken an arrow in return. Not going to lead up to anything. Arrow stun does scale a distance there, so that's why it was so quick. But yeah, I think they could have tried to trade something else on the map instead of just handing it over and getting a little bit of extra prio in mid lane. I think they could have went for a bigger trade. Maybe 2 turrets instead. They didn't really have the lanes pushed in, so they were on the back foot already when that dragon was started.
Yeah, it is important to remember whenever you are setting up for this Drake, you want to be backing around. If you do need to take it back, you want to be backing around the time of like 50 seconds, 55 seconds.
Mm-hmm.
So because you know that information, you need to set up the waves properly. Start setting out some slow pushes that can get down the lanes while you guys are standing around that mid lane. You get something out of it by having a lane that's already pushing and making a team want to try to respond to it.
Yeah. So how I go about it is, if you take 2 minutes, if you're doing a back reset at 2 minutes, you are ahead of schedule. You're hitting your points on time, and you're going to be there to clear out the vision early. If you back at 1 minute, that's on time. And if you're backing at 30 seconds, like, you've missed the bus and you're like sprinting. You're sprinting to that dragon after school, before school starts, and you're trying to make sure you get there on time. So, I prefer the 2 minute, and you actually back twice with the 2 minute strategy, but secures you the vision, as we have pillars going in and Volfe here, and he's taking a lot of damage. Fortunate for Volfe here, the turret will be saving his life, but I think Urgot's basically cementing that he's in control of this lane now. Ping's going down on Baron, both sides looking for a possible setup here. Don't want to give it away. Don't want to let the team pick up a Baron at this point and solidify a lead, because this game's been neck and neck, Rex.
Yeah, absolutely. The game has been neck and neck. So do need to be on the lookouts for what are we going to be doing next in order to keep this on going here.
Well, Komatsu taking Baron damage. And yeah, I don't think Trundle Pillar is going to do much to a Cassidin post 6. Pre 6, it's a big deal. Post 6, not so much. Yeah, and as we see here, a bit of a lull state, as there aren't any objectives to get. Baron is not really doable by either side unless they are, after they win a team fight, or the enemy team has been on the other side of the map. And so we're just going to probably see a farm fest, as, look at that, the gold is almost dead even here. Less than 100 gold difference on both of these teams. And this is shaping up to be a very, very close game. I think one of these objectives is going to be the deciding factor here. Probably this next dragon that's coming up, or a possible Baron setup that happens. Looks like both teams don't have good vision for both objectives here, and that's to be expected. Having vision for both sides would be absolutely insane, and it would be a huge, huge lead for either side. So it looks like Mingo's V2 have better Baron vision, and Spawn Point has good defensive vision for the dragon, but not good ahead vision. So usually for these dragons or barons, you want to secure the vision between the objective and your enemy's base. So with Mingos clearing out the vision here, they're solidifying that they have an advantage, and you do not want to be face checking into the enemy team, even if you have your tanky members there. Oh, looks like we're going to get caught here on Donkey Cheeks, but he's going to go ahead and take the blast gun over the wall to safety here, so nothing much be led here. They have 5 members here for Mingos, but Spawn Point is split pushing on the side, so they're at least going to trade. And it looks like that's what they're going to do. They're going to take the trade. They would rather have a gold lead than and just let the dragons even up at this point. So they're going to take probably the side turret. I'm expecting it to fall anytime soon. Yep, and Kamatsu there just with a final hit. Are they going to sneak a Baron? I don't think so. They're just here to clear out the vision.
Yeah,
Oh,
I mean,
it's
it is
looking very
possible that
aggressive.
they could look for one. Since Albagore did opt in to try to go for that Immortal Shield Bow instead of Kraken Slayer, his DPS is definitely lower than it would normally be in order to try to really get anything done against this Baron. So it's going to be something you keep the lookouts for. Don't want to be,
I mean, I'm expecting these big fights, Rex, but I've been baited a couple times. Both dragons were just given over instead of being fought over, like you would expect. However, I think both teams are trying to wait for the perfect scenario to win the next team fight.
yeah, it's really seeing that both sides are just trying to like cut a lot of their losses, not really go let too much fall in between the cracks, and it's like they're just gonna be leaving some of this stuff up for each team here, like letting them have it. Don't want to be giving each other kills on top of these objectives to really be swinging some of these games. But at the same time here, we're also, honestly not farming that bad either. So at least they are doing something else with their time and not just fighting. They are looking to farm, or at least if they aren't fighting, they're at least doing something else with their time. Not just standing
Yeah.
there twiddling their thumbs.
Yeah, so that's what you would ideally be doing. So both teams do have scaling factors here. So we have obviously we have the Cassidon and we have the Urgot who scales pretty decently. And we have the Ornn, who also helps his team scale. So that definitely throws the equation off a little bit there. So we have the Ornn scaler and the Trundle scaling as well. So it's just a matter of who's going to scale harder. I think both teams can sense, as I said earlier, that the next fight might be the deciding factor here. So they're playing very cautiously on both sides. No team really wants to make a mistake here, as that would be the turning point, most likely.
Yeah, absolutely. Don't want to be giving anything away like we've been talking about here. So everything has been in sort of a lull, but we're going for an aggressive
He
depth
catch.
charge. Ooh, the Fear Beyond Death doesn't land either, so that means he might be able to get away here. Rosebuds is going to be looking for the hook, but
Mingo's pushing mid though.
yeah, Mingos is going to be hard pushing for that mid lane, so Rosebuds is going to be the only one left. Not really here. It's going to be a 2, now 3 people defending this mid lane, but Tower's already being caught out, or caught up. And while we're seeing Kitsumi Kamatsu is going to be in the bot lane in order to push out this tower, get some split pushing power, and he is going to be leaving before rotations finish off here. He might be able, if he does get a little vision from his team, might have been able to sniffed out that they weren't rotating to him just yet, so he could have gotten extra damage onto that tower. But just to be safe rather than sorry, he's going to be
They do
backing.
have the Ash to clear vision here. I'm seeing a very big lack of blue trinkets coming out from the side of Spawn Point here. I think they could use a little bit more, especially since they don't have any vision. They don't have any secured vision of Baron at the moment. They're going to clear it out as Mingos is backing up here, so maybe that'll be a moot point. But definitely want to make sure you do have blue trinkets. I know you have the Ash, which are basically free blue trinkets anyway, but you definitely want to make sure that you will be able to catch the enemy team if they're doing Baron. No free Barons here. Ooh, Paradigm.
Yeah,
Definitely getting some poke down.
Doing pretty good damage, but doesn't have a finished tier yet. So once that hits, that's going to be a pretty nice power spike. Yeah, it's very late indeed. But whenever that does finish stacking, like an extra like 75 more, then we're going to be seeing a lot of the Syndra damage that we should be seeing at this point in the game here. Also, Orin upgraded the Gale Force item here. Do you know what the upgraded Gale Force item is called, or you want to give
Oh
a guess at
gosh,
it?
I only know the Infinity Edge one because that's like
Ah,
my
but that
main
one's
character.
gone now.
Yeah, it's been gone. Bolton Edge removed from the game. Nope, I don't know
Sad.
any of them.
Ah,
Bad lore caster here. I don't know any of that stuff.
it's alright.
As Dragon's coming
It's
up here. Yeah, what is it? What is it? Hit me.
it
What
is
did I miss?
Typhoon. So
Oh,
Gale
that
Force
makes
is type.
sense.
Yes, all of them do make sense, but here comes the
Oh, big
Oran
fight.
Ward going for an engage here. He does get a two-man knock up here, all grouped up right in the center here for the Mingos V2. Paradigm actually went over to Blast Cone, I think. He somehow got into the deep of the middle of the fight here, but in case, here comes the Crystal Arrow. Albagor is looking for a kill. He flashes actually on top of the Trundle. He's like, I really want to get this kill here, while Kamatsu is able to pick up the ADC. And next up is going to be the Donkey Cheats they're going to be focusing down. Now Albagor is going to be slowing down and auto-attacking in Vivore? Slowly.
Volte, I think. I
Orn,
think it's
as the
Volte.
ram falls down there. And looks like it's still going to be the
uh,
win for Spawn Point.
yeah, that was a decisive win because not only did they win the team fight, they get the dragon as well. So Mingo's a bit late on that. And then, you know, I think Paradigm might have made a big mistake going over that wall there. What didn't have the team behind to support the Syndra, and so gets singled out by Abacor, gets killed just without doing that much damage, doesn't even use the ultimate in that fight as well. And that could have been a turning factor for, taking down Abacor or taking down Kamatsu in that fight, as well, as it was very, very close. Now, for a while, Abacor didn't have any front lines to do any damage, but the team fight spreads out a little bit, sees the opening on Jimothy. Halpert flashes in, gets the stun with the arrow as well, and it looks like the backline carries for Spawn Point are on point for that last fight.
Absolutely. And interesting enough, it looks like Albagor actually opted in to build the Gunzo's Rage Blade. This is a little bit of an older build whenever Gunzo's was actually an insane item just because Riot let that slip through the cracks without checking all the interactions that Gunzo's has with all these champions, like such as whenever Yasuo and Yone did on-hit builds. I theory crafted the Yone one because I was like, Yone doesn't need crit. He can just auto attack you down to death. Yasuo, I didn't think about, but some people did, and that was like really good as well. Ashe was another one that benefited because she can't crit. When she crits, quote unquote, it's actually just an enhanced slow. Um,
I thought it
but
hurt Yasuo. I thought it made it so that his crit chance was 0, and so he didn't get any crit bonus.
yeah. But
Oh, okay.
he also doubled how much crit he gets from each crit item, and that still applied to Gunzo, so it would just give you an insane amount of on-hit damage.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, same with Yone as well, but in any case, it looks like we're seeing Jim is going to be caught out. Ooh, a great two-man fear, and the hook does land over Donkey Cheats as well. We're looking for the great Blade Crawler over the SP Pillars, is trying to kill them before they all fall down. SP Pillars is going to be falling down here, but not without. It's just causing a lot of mayhem and chaos in the midst of all
I think
that.
you see it here, Rex. Pillars never walks backwards. He can only go forwards. He didn't want to kite back to his team. He wanted to get that kill. And it looks like Kamatsu gonna be able to dodge the Ornn ults there. Gonna get out. He does have the brittle, so it would have been dangerous if he got hit by a CC. As the rest of his team is just gonna be doing the Baron. Gets the kill on the Paradigm. Is gonna make it out with his life. I don't think that was the trade you wanted to go for, Kamatsu. Definitely want to have the Baron buff, especially since you are a strong split pusher currently. But overall, that is going to be getting a Baron for Spawn Point with a Baron with a Dragon advantage. Next Dragon coming up in less than a minute. Again, we have this path to victory. We see it clearly now. Spawn Point has the reins to win this game.
This is Gold Cap, so anything could happen at all.
Well, I'm just saying the path is there. If
Mhm.
they walk down the path, that is not what that is not what I'm saying.
Yeah. It is going to be dependent on the scene. But, I mean, right now they are set up really well here for spawn point. They have an avenue. The Ash is doing a lot of damage. Finished with the Blazing King, so we're doing way more damage now alongside those Gunzos. Uh, but we are slowly getting some of these Ornn items in, having 4 items upgraded, so that's an extra 4k gold in their pockets. Not actually in their pockets, but, worth of stats nonetheless. So, I guess do you want to try to guessing Luden's Tempest and Divine Sunderer what their item names might be?
Oh, was it like Luden's Echo or something?
It's
Yeah.
Eye of Luden, since the Eye of a Storm of a Tempest. That's the idea of it,
Oh,
and then
big
going
push game
into a
coming
fight.
up.
Good hook over onto SP Pillars here early on. Get a one-man knockup, so it's not as effective as we want. But Rosebuds is going to be burning down early on to the fight. Kamatsu is in the backline, causing a lot of disruption and building up time for Albagor to really get out a lot. And still able to pick up 2 people before falling down himself. And it looks like this is going to be yet another one fight for spawn point here. The Ram, last one alive yet again. He's trying to make it out of his life, but oh no, here comes the slow from the Ash and the final kill by
Oh, bit of a
Tigger.
split decision here. Okay, they
Yeah,
agree to go for Dragon.
I
Oh, they're
think
gonna
one
split up. One
dragon, one
person
mid.
push.
Yeah.
Yeah, you don't really not worry about the steal right now.
Mm-hmm.
And
Absolutely.
yeah, that was looking like it was going to be a bit of a mistake from Spawn Point as they didn't have all the members there. Kamatsi, side pushing by by himself while his team is waiting to gank in the bush there. So, bit of miscommunication. However, Spawn Point was able to hold ground until Kamatsu came over. And man, I think if we want to pick up that replay, there was a lot of damage done on that back line from Kamatsu as soon as he showed up.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely, really good job on that, and also on top of that, I want to say it's just Kamatsu doing a great job, really disrupting this backline, really causing fear into an Alien Boy in Paradigm because he is a substantial threat. He does a lot of damage. He can burst down quite a bit, and if you don't have a good control under him, he will just demolish the backline really well. Albagor doing a great job dealing with the front line and
Yep.
just working his way, just grinding through the front line, eventually meeting up at the back line too as well. So this is a really good comp coming out from Spawn Point here, and having that Mount Drake means that they're also just extra tanky in order to
Ooh,
buy
boom
more
pick
time.
here.
Ooh, Spawn Point Pillars finds another target over on the Paradigm. Goes golden, so it dodges away from the Fear Beyond Death, but I don't think it will be enough here. Going to use this Unleash Power, but again, just not enough. Going to bring him down to about half-ish health, but
Yeah.
still pretty healthy.
Yeah, I don't think Mingo's problem here is they haven't been able to break through to get Abigor, and they can't do anything when Kamatsi is on top of their backline. So they're just in a lose-lose situation, can't get the backline of Spawn Point, and Spawn Point can reach your backline at any point in time here. So it's just really a formula for losing every team fight.
I
And that's
think
going to be worse now due to the Dragon Soul.
Yeah, absolutely. I think we're at a point in the game where we really just need to try to look for picks only, but at this point, being literally pushed into your base, you don't have that much of an option. Good Horn hits 4 people, but you don't have the damage to really sustain it since Alien Boy had to walk all the way back. Jimothy is trying to do his best in order to keep it up alive as well, but unfortunately he's going to be going down as well. Alien Boy knows he can't really save the game here in a 1v5 situation. They're just too tanky. He doesn't have the items to necessarily do it. So he's just going to be sitting in base, saving the score, and there it goes. Looks like it's going to be the game for Spawn Point here. Congratulations, you guys. You're going to be the winners of Week 1 as well.
Yeah, congratulations to all the winners in week 1. And man, I think we had some games that were very close and then ended up at some breaking point as to which one team steamrolled from there. But man, exciting games. I think that the teams this season may be very, very close to each other. What do you think about that, Rex?
Yeah, some of these teams are looking better than I thought we would. Some of these are like a little bit of no-name teams. Some of these are returning teams. Spawn Point doing a good job. They are, a returning team here, doing a great job here. And I'm excited to see how more of these weeks are going to be shaping up here. How if the bracket's going to be like really decisive, like cutoff. Here's the exact cutoff. We're going to see what it is going to be like, or if it's going to be a little bit more of the in between, where it's like, oh yeah, we have like a four-way tie of who's going to make it into playoffs. I'll be
Yeah, I
interested to
think.
see how it shapes up.
Yeah, I think I would be more interested in a bit of a rat race for
Hmm.
the the qualifying positions here. But so far with these games, I'm pretty satisfied. I think that the teams overall played very well, and I think we can start to see the being of some star carries for each team here. I'm gonna shout out Kamatsu for this game. What do you think about the other two games earlier, Rex?
Yeah, other two games also very good. Just general notes. I mean, seeing how you know Spank Boys and actually Rivals had a couple returning players on themselves, and it was a really hard fought game as well. But eventually, it was just a little too overwhelming. And then Rainy Kings versus Goon Gang. Goon Gang actually showed pretty good early like they showed themselves turning it around pretty well. Rainy Kings had a good early game coming on, but then Goon Gang just took control of the game and it really just turned it over for himself. So I'm excited. So to see, because all these games like wasn't necessarily decided by turn like by 10 like 5 minutes. It was like more so whenever we got to 20-minute mark or the 15-minute mark later in the game where the teams got together and actually started team fighting a little bit better.
Hmm. Yeah, I mean, for some of these games here, I mean, pretty much every game, every team who was behind in the early phases mounted a pretty significant comeback here. So I think people are gonna be doing the VOD reviews, making sure how to keep that snowball going, or how did we throw the lead in the first place? But every team here making pretty significant comebacks, and I think that does say that these teams are going to be pretty close throughout the whole rest of the season.
Yep. So I've been Let's Go Dragon, he's been Crims, and this has been the first week of our GRLCS Season 16 split, fall split, and we're going to be closing out here, so bye-bye.